How are you? My name is Oleg Zelenko. I'm an executive chef at Vincentown Diner. Today I would like to show you a very interesting recipe. I call it a chocolate bread pudding with vanilla ice cream and a homemade caramel sauce. So for bread pudding, obviously we need to start with the bread. Over here I got some white hoagie roll that we have left over from last night dinner. Okay, and I know all of you has a lot of bread laying around at your pantry, and this is a very good way to utilize your bread. We're gonna start by heating up 2 quarts of heavy cream. Okay, right in the pan, and that needs to reach approximately 150-160 degrees. You can check it with your thermometer later. Meanwhile, we got 15 egg yolks right here. We need to add 2 cups of sugar right in the eggs, and we're gonna beat those eggs nicely to incorporate all the sugar. So let's check our cream. Like I said, we're waiting for the temperature between 140 and 160. You don't want cream to boil. You don't want it to be too hot. Okay, it's just right. I got 155 degrees. I'm gonna take it off the heat, move it over. And over here, we're gonna add 10 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate. And I'm sure you can buy it at any supermarket. Just roughly chop right in there. The smaller pieces the better, they're gonna melt faster on you. And just stir it like this. You're gonna see it's gonna start to look like a chocolate milk very soon on you. Let me stir it just a little bit more to let some more steam out, because I don't want to scramble my eggs. Stirring really helps to reduce the temperature dramatically. Okay, I think it's ready. Now I'm going to start adding the eggs. Little by little, I just want to temper it in. Little by little. Right in that mixture right there. It's kind of the same kind of technique that you use making a crème brulee. Very similar. All our eggs incorporated. Now it's time for my liqueur. I use the Serrano Amaretto Original, about a cup or so, right in there. The smell is wonderful. So our liquid is ready. Now we're going to pour this liquid over the bread, and I'll show you what happens next. So our liquid is ready, our bread is ready, so we're just going to pour it over, nice and easy. We don't want it to spill. All that liquid goes in here. I'm using a 4-inch half hotel pan. So if you don't have so much bread in your house, just cut this recipe in half and it's gonna work just fine for you. All that liquid's gotta go in there no matter what. So even if it seems like it's too much, it's not gonna be too much. Okay, just keep pouring it all over the place. Very nice, very nice. Okay, just cover the whole area. Now the fun part, clean hands. You kind of gotta submerge your bread gently right inside of the pan. So all the juice is gonna come out and soak the bread that's on top. Once we soaked our bread a little bit, you don't want to let it sit there for too long, otherwise it's just gonna get really soggy, and you don't want that. So we're gonna take some plastic wrap, wrap it around kind of loosely so it still can go down a little bit. And then goes aluminum foil, also kind of loosely. around the edges, and goes our water. This gotta go in the oven, in a water bath at 300 degrees for an hour and a half. The good way to know when the bread pudding is ready is when you open the cover and you see all the liquid is nice and incorporated in the bread without drying it out. So I put some press on top just to keep my top layer submerged. Add some water here for the weight. So our bread pudding is cooking, and it's time to make the caramel sauce. We're gonna start with a cup of granulated sugar, a little bit of water just to get it going, because we don't want our sugar to burn right away. You don't want any black pieces in there, do you? Okay, just a little bit water. Okay, now bring this to the boil, and then I'll show you the rest. Now the bread pudding, you can make a lot of different variations with that. You can add vanilla to it. You can even take out the chocolate and make it a white vanilla bread pudding. You can even make a savory version of it. Just skip the sugar, skip the chocolate, maybe add some sauté vegetables to it, and it's going to be a nice dish for Thanksgiving or something. So a lot of things you can do with the bread pudding. Okay, so our sugar water is bubbling, and we're going to add some butter, some whole unsalted butter. I would say around 2 tablespoons. Okay, just right inside. The color turned to white. Now, it's a very good indicator at this point. You're starting with a white color, and you're waiting for the color to get brown, which means sugar start to caramelize and butter start to caramelize. Just keep stirring it, just like so, until you get to the point where you see a nice caramel color. Alright, beautiful. So this is the color I'm looking for. Okay? Once again, remember, we start with a cup of sugar and 1/4 cup of water. At this point, we're gonna add roughly around 1/2 cup of cream. Make sure you use a high saucepan, high side saucepan, because the cream will boil, will come up. Give it plenty of room to stay inside. You see, that's a caramel right there. Nice and beautiful. It's pretty much ready to go. Now what I'm gonna do at this stage, I have some toasted walnuts. I'm just gonna put them right in and let it sit there for a little bit. Just right in there. So they're gonna absorb some caramel inside, get nice flavor. So this is our sauce. It's all ready to go. Now we're gonna show you how to put it all together. I made the bread pudding. Obviously we didn't make an hour and a half today. I make it in advance. So what you have to do is just kind of slit the sides a little bit, loosen it up. Okay? And in one move, empty it on a cutting board, just like so. Okay? There is some side that I already cut from to give it a nice taste. And really, you can cut it in any shape and sizes you like. I'm just gonna go pretty basic here. So we got our slice of our bread pudding. Just gonna sear it off on a hot pan really quick, just to warm it up. It doesn't need to be hot all the way through. Beautiful. That's what we want. The smell of the chocolate. Okay. Just take it out of the pan, right in our bowl. Scoop some vanilla ice cream right on top. Okay. And there goes our caramel sauce. Some nuts in it. Right over. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. And just more sauce. Okay. And there we go. Little wipe on the edge. You can garnish it with a sprig of fresh mint and serve. Very easy, very fast, and anybody can do it. Enjoy.